English Daily, the podcast.
Your English journey starts now. Hey, English learners, welcome back to your podcast, English Daily, the podcast.
Yes, we're so happy to have you here today.
Today's episode is all about how to keep a conversation going, and we're going to talk about making small talk.
That's right. And you know what? Small talk is actually one of the most important skills in English, and really in any language.
So whether you're a beginner or already speaking well, you'll find something super useful here today.
Let's dive right in.
So, Jack, tell me, why do you think small talk is so important? I mean, isn't it just, pointless chatter?
Oh, that's a great question, Anna. I used to think the same thing when I was younger. I used to think, why are people talking about the weather? It's so boring, right?
But here's the thing. I totally changed my perspective after this one experience.
Oh, really? What happened?
Okay, so picture this. I was at a coffee shop in Seattle, right? And I'm just sitting there minding my own business, working on my laptop, and this guy sits next to me and says, "Hey, nice weather today, isn't it?"
And in my head, I'm like, really? That's what you're going to say? But you know what? I was new in the city, and I didn't know anyone.
So I just said, "Yeah, it's pretty nice." And then he asked me if I was new in town, and we started talking.
Turns out, he was also new, and he was looking for recommendations for good coffee shops.
And long story short, we became friends. We've been friends for like 6 years now.
Wait, seriously? From a weather conversation?
Exactly. That's the power of small talk. It's like a gateway. You never know where it's going to lead.
Yeah, I get that. For me, small talk was really scary when I was learning English. I used to think, what if I say something wrong? What if I run out of things to say? It was so intimidating.
Did you have any embarrassing moments with small talk?
Oh my gosh, so many. There's one that still makes me laugh. So I was in London, and I met this guy at a bus stop, and I wanted to practice my English, so I started a conversation, and I asked him, "How do you do?"
And he looked at me so weirdly and said, "I'm fine, thanks. How are you?" And I realized that in American English, "how do you do" sounds really formal, almost like you're from another century.
That's so funny. But you know what? At least you tried, and that's what matters.
Yeah, but it took me a while to get over that embarrassment. I think a lot of learners feel this way. They think small talk has to be perfect, or they shouldn't try at all.
And that's actually a really important point. Small talk doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a test. It's just connecting with another human being.
And the more you practice, the easier it gets, I promise. So let's get practical. How do you actually start a conversation with a stranger? What are some good icebreakers?
Great question. Okay, so the easiest and safest one is commenting on your surroundings. You're in a coffee shop, comment on the coffee. You're on a train, comment on the delay or the view.
Like, "This train is taking forever, right?" Or, "Have you tried the pastries here? They're amazing."
Yes, that's exactly it. And the beautiful thing is, you're not asking a personal question, so it doesn't feel intrusive.
What about if you're at a party or a social event? What's the best approach there?
Okay, so at parties, I like to use what I call the observation plus question technique. You observe something about the person or the environment, and then you turn it into a question. For example, you could say, "I love this playlist. Do you know who the artist is?" Or, "This food is incredible. Have you been to this restaurant before?"
See? You're not just saying, "Hi, how are you?" which can feel awkward. You're giving them something to respond to.
Oh, I love that. Observation plus question. That's so smart. What about when you're waiting in line or something, like at a grocery store? Oh, those are perfect opportunities. You can comment on what they're buying. Oh, those oranges look amazing. Are they sweet? Or if they have a cute dog or kid, you can mention that.
People love talking about their pets or kids. It's like an open door.
Curious, what about at work? Like if you want to talk to a coworker you don't know very well.
Workplace small talk. That's a whole different ballgame. Okay, so my advice is to start with work-adjacent topics that aren't too personal.
Like you could say, "Hey, I saw your presentation yesterday. It was really interesting. I learned a lot." That opens the door without being too intrusive.
And then you can gradually move to more personal topics once you know them better. Don't jump straight into, tell me about your family on day one.
Right, that would be so awkward. What about using compliments? Is that a good opener?
Compliments can be great, but there's a trick. Make them specific and genuine. Don't just say, nice shirt. That's a bit hollow.
Instead, try, I love your scarf. Where did you get it? Or, that was a really insightful point you made in the meeting. I never thought of it that way.
See, those feel more authentic. You're not just saying something nice, you're showing that you actually noticed something.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. I used to just say nice watch to everyone, and it got really awkward when I realized they weren't wearing a watch.
Oh no, that's hilarious though. Well, at least you can laugh about it now.
Absolutely. And that's another important point. Don't take yourself too seriously. Small talk is supposed to be light and easy.
So once you've started a conversation, how do you keep it going? What's the secret to not running out of things to say?
Oh, this is where a lot of people get stuck. They start strong and then silence. It's like they hit a wall.
But the secret is actually really simple. Ask follow-up questions.
Yes, people love talking about themselves. If you ask them a question and they give you a short answer, just ask why, or how, or what happened then.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say someone says, I just got back from Japan. That's already interesting, but you could say, oh, that sounds amazing. What was your favorite part? Or, how long were you there? Or, what made you decide to go there?
See, you're not just waiting for them to entertain you, you're actively showing that you're interested.
And you're digging deeper. That's the key. Most people give you the surface level answer, but there's always more depth if you ask.
What about when someone gives you a really short answer? Like if you ask, how was your weekend? And they say, fine.
Okay, so that's a common problem. Here's what you do. You either add something about yourself to keep the conversation going, or you ask a more specific question. You could say, nice, mine was pretty good too. I went hiking. What did you do? Or you could ask, what was the best part of it?
See, you're giving them options. They can either respond to what you said or answer your new question.
Another technique is finding common ground. If you both like hiking, you can talk about that. If you both work in marketing, you can share experiences.
It's like building little bridges between you and the other person.
What about using yes and, like an improv? Is that useful?
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes and is exactly what you want to do in small talk. You build on what the other person says instead of just agreeing.
For example, if someone says, I love coffee, you could say, yes, and I try a new cafe every weekend. Have you found any good ones lately?
See, you're not just saying, me too. You're adding something new and creating an opportunity for them to share more.
This is such a great skill to practice. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
You know what? I used to be so bad at this. I would ask a question and then just nod and wait for them to say something else. It was so awkward.
Really? I would never have guessed.
Yeah, it took a lot of practice. I had to really work on asking those follow-up questions and adding to the conversation.
And another thing that helps is being present. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Actually listen to what they're saying and think about what you can ask next.
That's such a good point. It's so easy to get in your own head and worry about what you're going to say next.
Exactly. Just focus on the other person and what they're telling you. The conversation will flow naturally.
Now, let's talk about something really important. Reading social cues. How do you know when someone wants to keep talking versus when they want to leave?
Oh, this is crucial. And honestly, it's one of the hardest skills to learn, even for native speakers.
Because sometimes people are polite and don't say directly that they want to go. You have to read the signs.
Okay, so what are some signs that someone wants to keep talking? Good eye contact, leaning in, nodding, asking questions back. Those are all signs that they're engaged.
Yes, and if they're giving you short answers without asking anything back, that might be a sign that they're not that interested.
Also, look at their body language. Are they facing you? Are their arms crossed? Are they looking around the room?
What about when you're talking to someone and they start giving one-word answers? What should you do?
Okay, so that's a signal. It doesn't always mean they want to leave. Maybe they're just tired or distracted, but it's worth trying to re-engage them. You could ask a more interesting question or share something that might catch their attention. But if they still seem distant, it's okay to gracefully end the conversation.
And here's the thing. It's okay to end a conversation. Not every interaction has to last forever.
What about the opposite? How do you know if someone is really interested in what you're saying?
Oh, there are so many signs. They'll ask follow-up questions, they'll share related stories, they'll make eye contact and smile.
And they'll remember details from earlier in the conversation, like, oh, you mentioned your sister's wedding was last month. How did it go?
That's so true. People who are really listening will remember little details and bring them up later.
And on the flip side, if someone keeps glancing away or checking their phone, that's a pretty clear sign that they're not fully present.
That can be really discouraging, though. What do you do if you notice that? Don't take it personally. Maybe they're worried about something else. Maybe they're just not great at focusing. It's not always about you.
The best thing to do is to wrap up gracefully. Say something like, well, it was great talking to you. I should let you get back to...
See? You're giving them an easy exit without making it awkward.
What about cultural differences? I feel like different cultures have different rules about small talk.
Oh, that's such an important point. In some cultures, small talk is very important and expected. In others, people get straight to business.
For example, in the US and UK, small talk is like a social requirement. You talk about the weather, sports, whatever. But in some European or Asian cultures, it might be seen as unnecessary or even insincere.
So what do you do if you're talking to someone from a different culture?
My advice is to pay attention to their cues and follow their lead. If they seem uncomfortable with small talk, respect that. And if they're from a culture that values it, then jump in.
And always be willing to adapt. That's part of being a good communicator.
So we've talked about starting and keeping conversations going, but what about ending them? How do you gracefully exit a conversation without being rude?
Ah, the art of the graceful exit. This is something a lot of people struggle with, including me.
I remember once being trapped in a conversation at a party for like 45 minutes. I felt so guilty trying to leave, but I also really wanted to go talk to someone else.
What did you do?
Well, I eventually just said, hey, it was really great talking to you. I'm going to grab another drink. And then I just walked away.
See? That wasn't so hard. Sometimes you just have to be direct but polite.
And here's the thing. People understand. They know that conversations have to end. It's not rude to want to move on.
What are some good phrases for ending a conversation? Okay, so here are some classics. Well, I should let you get back to, or it was great talking to you, but I need to, or I think I'm going to.
You can also use a bridge to transition, like, oh, I see my friend over there. Excuse me for a second.
Or you can be a bit more direct but friendly. Hey, I've really enjoyed this, but I need to run. Let's catch up later.
See? You're being clear but kind. You're not just disappearing without a word.
Curious, what about in more formal situations, like at work? How do you end a conversation with a boss or a client?
In professional settings, it's a bit more formal. You might say, well, I don't want to take up any more of your time, or I should let you get back to your work.
And always end with a positive note. It was great discussing this with you, or looking forward to our next meeting.
And if you're in the middle of a conversation and you need to end it unexpectedly, it's good to explain briefly, like, I'm so sorry, but I have a meeting in 5 minutes.
People are usually understanding if you're honest about why you need to go.
What about when you're on a phone call and you want to end it? That can be even more awkward.
Oh my gosh, yes, phone calls are the worst for that. You can't just walk away.
Okay, so some techniques, you can use a natural ending point in the conversation, like, well, I think that covers everything, or, okay, so just to summarize.
Or you can say you have somewhere to be. Hey, I hate to cut this short, but I have to head out. And sometimes you just have to be brave and say, hey, it's been great catching up, but I should probably let you go.
And here's a pro tip. It's okay to end the conversation on a positive note and actually end it. Don't keep saying, okay, well, multiple times.
That just makes it more awkward. Be clear and move on.
Now, let's talk about some common mistakes that people make in small talk. What are some things to avoid?
Oh, this is a big one. Let me think about some of the biggest mistakes I've seen.
First of all, avoid controversial topics. Unless you know the person well, stay away from politics, religion, money, and personal relationships.
What about asking too many personal questions too quickly?
Exactly, that's a huge mistake. You can't ask someone, why are you single, or how much money do you make right off the bat?
Start with lighter topics and gradually get deeper as the relationship develops.
How about dominating the conversation? I feel like that's also a problem.
Oh, for sure. If you're doing all the talking, it's not a conversation, it's a lecture. Make sure you're asking questions and giving the other person a chance to speak.
And on the flip side, don't just answer in one-word responses. Add a little something to keep the conversation going.
What about using your phone while you're talking to someone?
Oh, that's so rude. I mean, unless there's an emergency, put your phone away. It makes the other person feel like they're not important to you.
I went on a date once where the guy was on his phone the whole time. He was texting, checking social media. I was so annoyed.
Wow, really? That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, it's a huge pet peeve for a lot of people. So when you're in a conversation, give the other person your full attention.
What about oversharing? Is that a problem?
Oh, absolutely. Some people share way too much personal information way too quickly. It's like TMI, too much information. Like maybe don't tell a stranger about your digestive problems or your ex-boyfriend drama on the first conversation.
Save the deep stuff for people you know better. Keep small talk light and easy.
What about complaining too much? Is that a turnoff?
Yes, nobody wants to listen to someone complain the whole time. A little venting is fine, but if you're always negative, people will avoid you.
Try to keep the conversation positive, or at least balanced. Share some challenges, but also share some successes and happy things.
What about interrupting? That's definitely a bad habit.
Interrupting is so rude. Let the other person finish their thought before you jump in. It shows that you respect what they're saying.
And if you accidentally interrupt, apologize and let them continue. Sorry, go ahead, or you were saying?
What about being too quiet? Is that also a problem?
Yes, if you're too quiet, the other person might think you're not interested or that you're bored. Even if you're just shy, try to show that you're engaged.
Nod, make eye contact, ask questions. That shows you're involved, even if you're not doing most of the talking.
And remember, it's okay to say, I'm a bit shy or I'm not great at small talk. Most people are understanding.
The more you practice, the easier it gets. And everyone is awkward sometimes.
All right, now let's get into some really useful phrases for small talk. We've got about 20 phrases for you today, so let's dive in.
Number 1, nice to meet you. This is the classic introduction phrase. You say it when you first meet someone.
Example, hi, I'm Jack, nice to meet you. And the response is usually, nice to meet you too, or nice to meet you, I'm Anna.
Note that nice to meet you is for first meetings. Once you've met someone before, you say nice to see you instead.
Number 2, how have you been? This is a step up from how are you. It shows you're genuinely interested in how they've been doing lately.
Example, hey Anna, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And you could say, I've been good, pretty busy with work, but things are great.
Number 3, it's been a while. This is perfect for catching up with someone you haven't seen in a while.
Example, Jack, it's been a while. How have you been? Or you could say, wow, it's been a while since we last talked.
Number 4, what have you been up to? This is another great way to catch up and find out what's new in someone's life.
Example, hey, what have you been up to lately? I feel like I haven't heard from you in forever. And you could respond with, oh, not much, just working on this new project. What about you?
Number 5, small world. This is used when you discover a surprising connection with someone.
Example, wait, you went to the same university as me? Small world. Or you're from Seattle too? Wow, small world.
Number 6, that's a small world. You can use this interchangeably with small world.
Example, I can't believe we both know Sarah. That's a small world. It shows you're surprised and delighted by the connection.
Number 7, What brings you here? This is a casual way to ask why someone is at a particular place or event.
Example, hey, what brings you to this coffee shop? Or at a party, so what brings you here tonight?
Number 8. Have you been here before? This is super useful when you're at a restaurant, bar, or event.
Example, have you been here before? The food looks amazing. And they might say, yeah, I've been here a few times. The pasta is really good.
Number 9. What do you recommend? This is perfect for restaurants or places where you need to make choices.
Example, I'm new here. What do you recommend? Or, have you tried anything here? What do you recommend?
Number 10. That's a great question. This is a polite way to give yourself time to think or to show that you find their question interesting.
Example, that's a great question. Let me think about that for a second. Or, that's a great question. Actually, I've been thinking about that myself.
Number 13. I couldn't agree more. This shows strong agreement with what someone has said.
Example, small talk is so important for building relationships. I couldn't agree more. It's really crucial.
Number 14. That's a good point. This is a polite way to acknowledge someone's argument or idea.
Example, I think people are more productive when they work from home. That's a good point. There are definitely pros and cons to consider.
Number 15. Mind if I ask? This is a polite way to ask a potentially sensitive question.
Example, mind if I ask where you got that jacket? I love it. Or mind if I ask how long you've been working here?
Number 16. No worries. This is a friendly way to tell someone not to worry about something or to respond when they apologize.
Example, sorry, I forgot to reply to your message. No worries, I've been really busy too. Or no worries at all, it happens to everyone.
Number 17. It was great talking to you. This is a classic way to end a conversation on a positive note.
Example, it was great talking to you. We should catch up sometime. And you could add, let's do this again soon.
Number 18. We should get together sometime. This suggests continuing the relationship in the future.
Example, we should get together sometime. I'll text you. Or we should grab coffee sometime. I'd love to hear more about your project.
Number 19. That's so funny, or that's hilarious. These show that you find something amusing.
Example, so then he tripped and spilled coffee everywhere. That's so funny. What happened next?
Number 20. Tell me more about that. This encourages someone to share more and shows you're genuinely interested.
Example, I just got back from hiking the Appalachian Trail. Wow, tell me more about that. That sounds incredible. How long did you train for?
Number 21. I'm impressed. This shows that you're genuinely impressed by something someone did or accomplished.
Example, I managed to run a marathon. Wow, I'm impressed. That's amazing. How long did you train for?
Number 22. Don't worry about it. This is another way to reassure someone that something's okay, especially after they've apologized.
Example, sorry, I'm late. Don't worry about it. I just got here myself. Or don't worry about it. These things happen.
Phew, that's 20 phrases for you. Make sure to practice these in your conversations.
All right, English learners, now it's time for some reflection questions. Grab a pen and paper or just think about these in your head.
Question 1. When was the last time you had a small talk conversation in English? What did you talk about? How did it go?
Question 2. What's your biggest fear about starting a conversation with a stranger? Is it saying something wrong, running out of things to say, or something else?
Question 3. Think about a time when small talk turned into a meaningful connection. What opened the door to a deeper conversation?
Question 4. Which of the phrases we learned today do you think you'll use most often? Why?
Question 5. How do you usually feel when someone asks you a follow-up question? Do you appreciate it, or does it feel like an interrogation?
Question 6. How do you handle conversations where the other person doesn't seem interested? Do you try to re-engage them, or do you gracefully end the conversation?
Question 7. Are there any cultural differences in small talk that you've noticed? How do people in your culture approach casual conversation compared to English-speaking cultures?
Question 8. What's one thing you can do differently in your next English conversation to keep it flowing more naturally?
Question 9. How can you practice small talk more? Can you try starting a conversation with a stranger, a coworker, or even a shopkeeper this week?
Question 10. Remember, every conversation is practice. Don't be hard on yourself if it doesn't go perfectly. What encouragement would you give to a fellow learner who is nervous about small talk?
Well, we covered a lot today. Jack, what are your final thoughts?
I think the most important thing to remember is that small talk is a skill. And like any skill, it takes practice. You're not going to be perfect right away, and that's okay.
And honestly, most people are pretty forgiving. They're not judging you as hard as you might think.
So my advice is to just go for it. Start conversations, ask questions, share a little about yourself. The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
And remember, you never know where a small conversation might lead. It could lead to a new friend, a job opportunity, or just a pleasant moment in your day.
Anna, any final words?
I think my biggest takeaway is to be genuine. People can tell when you're really interested in them versus just going through the motions.
So show curiosity, ask follow-up questions, and be present in the conversation. That's what makes small talk meaningful.
And most importantly, have fun with it. Conversations should be enjoyable, not stressful.
So go out there and practice. Talk to strangers, practice these phrases, and most importantly, enjoy the process of connecting with other people.
Thanks so much for listening today, English learners. We hope you found this episode helpful.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed the podcast.
And we'll see you next time with more English learning content.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your learning journey doesn't stop here. Keep improving your English. Click the next video or explore more episodes we've picked just for you. See you in the next lesson.